Right. So, as part of our guidewire learning, when we are trying to understand about the policy coverages, because in the previous session, I discussed about what are the different types of coverages we have, all that. Today, we are going to discuss about what are the change policy coverages that we have, because uh, when a consumer can change the policy coverages in the consumer service portal, uh, depends on the requirement. So there are different steps normally we need to follow when we are going to do any kind of change policy coverages. The first one about initiate a coverage change. Initiate a coverage change. This is the first one. Normally, these are the following steps that need to be understood. Second one about enter coverage details. Coverage change details. I can. Okay, that's it. So change details followed by this submit a coverage change. Right. So these are the three things that we have, right? So when we are working on the changing of policy coverages and all, initiating a coverage change, entering coverage change details, followed by submitting a coverage change on that. Because when we are initiating a coverage change, because it starts with the consumer, because whenever we are initiating a coverage change, normally it starts with consumers. When they are decided to change their coverages and as well as selecting the change type. The type of policies which consumer wants to determine the type of policy change options which we wants to see so that consumer can select from once the policy reason of policy change are selected. In this regard, so we need to define an API which retrieves the associated policy change templates, majorly includes the information about the portal needs to update the policy, etc. Next, entering about the change coverage details, which majorly updates the coverage of change on a policy, which requires the customer to enter details about the change and whatever the API we calls them. These will load the field specific to the change request, etc. So this change coverage request may have anything, for example, any adding of vehicle or removing of vehicle or adding the driver, removing a driver, change billing mailing addresses or change vehicle finance companies or removing vehicle finance company or adding vehicles, change property deductibles, right? So these are all the different options that we can see, right? So change coverage, change request option that we can be updated. So how this process we have to be performed, that part we discussed in the next session.